Demons can be found all throughout history and all over the world, and some of the most terrifying can be seen on the big screen. These are some of the worst. Let's jump in. In at number 5 we have Ava in Ava's Possession. Ava's Possession debuted at the Dead by Dawn Horror Film Festival in 2015 and centers around a young woman named Ava that has recently been possessed and successfully exorcised, but now she must learn how to put her life back together. The film begins with a priest successfully completing an exorcism on Ava, who was stunned to find out that she has spent the last 28 days possessed by the demon Nafula. This demon was based on a natural real-life demon by the name of Vapula, who is a powerful Great Duke of Hell that commands 36 legions of demons and is depicted as a griffin-winged lion. This demon is a fallen angel and 60th of the 72 spirits of Solomon and has skills in philosophy, mechanics, and sciences. Vapula, also known as Nafula, is mentioned in many readings throughout history, especially in the world of demonology, magic, and witchcraft. After Ava's exorcism, she went from bad to worse when her actions brought her to cause serious emotional and physical damage, which resulted in losing her job, friends, boyfriends, and potential jail time. Her family urged Ava to accept a plea deal that would spare her jail time or committed to a facility for troubled ex-possessed people if she attended a rehabilitation program for the recently exorcised. Ava began attending this program and it was urged that she took it seriously. If she didn't, it was very likely the demon would return to her and she would become possessed once again. At a group meeting in the facility, Ava meets Hazel, a fellow ex-possessed person that wants her demon to return since she enjoyed its presence and felt it was special for both of them. While Ava is trying to remember her missing 28 days, she discovers bloodstains on her floor and is led to a clue where she soon finds out that when the demon possessed her, she had murdered someone, and she is just constantly thinking what she did to become a target of Nafula. After finishing the program, she soon starts to get her life back together until Ava discovers some old files revealing that her mother has also been previously possessed by the same demon, resulting in her finding out their bloodline is prone to possessions. Fun times. In at number 4 we have Pazuzu. Pazuzu is a fictional character who is the main demon in the Exorcist horror novels and film series created by William Peter Blatty. The character of this demon was derived from Assyrian Babylonian mythology, where the mythic Pazuzu was considered the king of the demons of the wind and the son of the god Hambi. He also represents the southwestern wind, the bearer of storms and drought. This demon is known to bring famine during dry seasons and excessive water during the rainy season, and is considered to be an evil spirit by all. Pazuzu is often depicted as a combination of diverse animal and human parts. He has the body of a man, the head of a lion or dog, talons of an eagle, 2 pairs of wings, and a scorpion's tail. Pazuzu first appeared in the Exorcist novel in 1971. The novel is about a 12-year-old girl, Regan McNeil, that gets possessed by a demon. The demon is later revealed to be Pazuzu. Even though they never state that he is the demon, 2 references were made about this statue, which was uncovered by Father Lancaster Merrin in northern Iraq. After Regan's mother worries about her daughter being possessed, 2 priests, Merrin and Harris, arrive at their house to perform an exorcism on Regan to force the demon out of her body, but in their struggle to free Regan from Pazuzu, both priests die. 2 years after the novel was published, The Exorcist was released in theaters as a motion picture. In the second installment of The Exorcist, Pazuzu is named as the demon and returns to haunt Regan. The demon is prevalent in each and every movie released. In the 4th Exorcist, Pazuzu was actually shown in his first encounter with Father Merrin in Africa. After the movies, The Exorcist became a television series and Pazuzu continued to pursue Regan and possessed and killed her daughter. After killing Casey, the demon is able to possess Regan again and is almost able to take complete control of her mind. With the help from a priest, Regan tries to fight back against Pazuzu and the demon is successfully exorcised from Regan's body. William Peter Blatty's creation of Pazuzu in The Exorcist was based on heavily reported series of events from 1949. Fun fact, there is a true crime case involving a man named John Alexander Lawson that was a self-proclaimed Satanist and demonology lover. He was inspired by the famous demon Pazuzu and changed his name to Pazuzu to pay homage to the demon reference in the movie The Exorcist. In at number 3 we have The Taking of Deborah Logan. The movie The Taking of Deborah Logan is a 2014 American found footage supernatural horror film. It tells the story of a documentary crew making a film about Alzheimer's patients who uncover something sinister while documenting a woman who has the disease. The filmmakers and writers did not base this movie and characters on real life. Deborah Logan is a fictional demon, but the most terrifying nonetheless. Though in the beginning they tried to make it appear as a real person, this film is about a team of students, Maya, Gavin, and Louie, who to create a documentary about a woman named Deborah Logan, an elderly woman who has Alzheimer's disease. As the film crew records her daily life, Deborah starts to exhibit increasingly bizarre behavior, but her physician believed this is normal for someone with an aggressive form of Alzheimer's. The cameraman, Lewis, begins to notice that her actions defy normal explanation and believe that something supernatural is going on. Things grow more tense after the group notice that they have a recording of Deborah of her talking in French, talking about snakes and sacrifices, and her behavior becomes so extreme that she is hospitalized. Deborah is possessed by Henry Desjardins, who had disappeared after a series of cannibalistic ritualized murders of 4 girls. If you want to find out more about this possession, you should watch the movie. There is no confirmed ending, and that is the most terrifying part of this demonic movie. Even though it's not based on true events, it really makes you feel like it is. It was voted 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Ain't It Cool News called it found footage done right and stated that it's one of the most effective entries in the popular subgenre of found footage horror. Coming in at number 2, Dybbuk, The Possession. The Possession is a 2012 supernatural horror thriller based on an article written by Leslie Goldstein called Jinx in a Box, and the story that was created by Kevin Mannis. In 2003, writer and furniture refinishing business owner Kevin Mannis purchased a cabinet from a yard sale and claimed it was haunted by a Dybbuk, a concept from Jewish mythology. The word Dybbuk comes from the Hebrew word evil. The term appears in a number of 16th century writings and is a malicious possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, or after being exorcised. The box gained notoriety when Kevin auctioned it off on eBay, including the story claiming that the cabinet was previously owned by a survivor of the Holocaust in Poland, who said it contained the malicious spirit of a Dybbuk, and that the box had paranormal powers and was responsible for this bad luck and nightmares. This box went through a few hands before being sold to Jason Haxton for $280. The museum curator and collector of religious paraphernalia began to research the source of the box and launched a website about it called dybbukbox.com that reportedly received hundreds of thousands of hits and created what's been described as an internet legend. In 2004, Jason sold the rights to the story to a Hollywood production company, and that created the 2012 release of The Possession. The movie tells the story of this so-called demon box, when a dad begins to witness his young daughter acting strangely following the purchase of an antique wooden box with Hebrew markings on it at a yard sale. The little girl became more and more obsessed with this box, and her behavior becomes increasingly erratic and alarming, ultimately leading to the girl becoming possessed by the demon haunting the box. In 2021, Kevin Mannis came out and told Input magazine that the Dybbuk box story was entirely fictional, that he came up with it. And finally, in at number 1, we have The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel. Anna Elizabeth Anneliese Michel was a German woman who underwent 67 Catholic exorcisms over the span of a year, and her story inspired the 2005 film The Exorcism of Emily Rose, the award-winning 2006 film Requiem, and the 2011 film Anneliese: The Exorcist Tapes. When Anneliese was 16, she began to experience seizures and was diagnosed with psychosis caused by temporal lobe epilepsy. Shortly after, she was also diagnosed with depression and was treated by a psychiatric hospital. By the time she was 20, she began to hear voices telling her that she was damned and would rot in hell, and began to hallucinate while she was praying. Her conditions began to worsen, was depressive, and put on different types of medication. After 5 years on psychiatric medication failed to improve her, Anneliese and her family believed she was possessed by a demon. As a result, the family reached out to the Catholic Church for an exorcism. While rejected at first, 2 priests got permission from the local bishop in 1975. The priests believed Anneliese was in fact possessed by a powerful demon from hell, and knew they needed to do anything they could to force this creature out of the girl's body. The priests began conducting exorcism sessions, but through all of this she stopped eating food and passed away due to malnourishment and dehydration after a total of 67 exorcism sessions. The story of Anneliese is still told by many to this day, and it's believed to be one of the most real and powerful stories of demon possession in history. Well, there we have it. I will see you in the next video.